gonna be picking that stuff up for a second. So, how's everyone doing? Woo! Give it up for Kyle. Awesome. Here we are doing comedy in the morning. Okay. My name is Laura Maynard, and before I tell you some funnies, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. I am from Tennessee, and I have a goofy uncle named Hamp. More on him later. But no, Tennessee is a really great place to raise children if you want them to be like mentally stuck in 1952. Which is just, it's perfect. But luckily my sister and I, we kind of turned out okay, but that's only attributed to my parents' interest in black magic. You can laugh. And no, but like we turned out pretty alright, and that's pretty good. But the South has such a terrible reputation for just like blatant discrimination. Like that's its thing. Like that's the South's thing. Like you know how states and regions have their own like things, like Texans have big kooky hats and Yankees say pop instead of Coke. South Dakotans aren't real. You know, stuff like that. And, no, but like the South will never, like they'll never do anything that's bigger than just being terrible to every group that wasn't white men at some point. Like nothing. We can give the world 100 Harper Lees, 1,000 Usher Raymond IVs. Nothing will ever top it. The person who cures cancer, I think, is gonna come from the South. And because the world is just not going to accept it. Like they'll present it and the world will be like, okay, like this is good, but you remember slavery, right? Like this doesn't fix that. This doesn't fix that. And it's like, no, we remember slavery. Like that happened. And they'll be like, as long as you know. You saved a lot of lives today, kid. And I know, but the South is just a beautiful, beautiful place to live. And I feel like we have really we're moving past it. There are strides. Lynching is at an all-time low. And but you know, I'm actually gonna correct myself. You know, I hate it when people say we, like about the groups, like I am not personally responsible for my forefathers' racism. I didn't do that, but that's such an America thing to do, to say we to everything. I remember the best case I can think of is when Osama bin Laden was killed a couple years ago. I remember afterwards, for months, everyone was just like, we did it! We did it! We did it! And I was like, no, you did nothing! While several trained operatives were risking their lives to kill one of the most dangerous men in the world, you were in line at a Taco Bell, refusing to give 10 cents to an at-risk youth. That's where you were. At least I saw Zero Dark 30. Remember that smooth transition earlier where I talked about my past and then our nation's past? Well, this is not one of those. I have an Uncle Hamp. His name is Hamp, which sounds like a scrappy little raccoon. And my favorite thing about Hamp is he drives a bus for old people and he just totes them around. And one time a woman actually died on his bus. And the last thing this woman heard was my Uncle Hamp just bitching about old people. Can you believe that was the last thing that this woman heard? I mean, can you believe that transition? That's the end of my set. Thank you guys so much. I'm Laura Maynard.